And we are live. Hey. All right. The title of this live stream kind of gives it away as to what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be, previewing, I guess, our live stream, which we're scheduling for tomorrow at 7:30. So kind of around this time tomorrow. In case you're wondering that this kind of looks a bit different, it's because I'm kind of going through a bit of a redecorating phase right now. If I'm going to spin my camera around, this was completely unplanned, by the way. I was not expecting this news today. And we had a pile of content already lined up for the Christmas period, and I was going to take advantage of that time and redecorate this place and hopefully have an all new Big Rab show for you. So if I was to turn my camera around, you could see, like, we're in the process. Everything's sitting in boxes. There's my pipes over there. This place is all in a bit of a disaster right now. Like, I'm redecorating, all right? So hence the reason it doesn't look quite as slick as it normally does, all right? So that's just to explain why I look washed out. I'm kind of using a bit of a rubbish webcam and all that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to come on to talk to you folks. This is such big news that dropped today, in case you haven't seen it. Hi, Alex. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in, mate. The news broke today from RSPBA headquarters that the UK Championships will be hosted next year in Edinburgh in Scotland. So, that was a bit of a disappointment, I guess, for folks here in Northern Ireland. Normally, the UK Championships traditionally have been held here in Northern Ireland since the outset, since the championship was created, I guess. I think it used to be called the Belfast Championship before it was renamed the UK's. I'm sure people can correct me if I'm wrong, of course, on that. But from the outset of the UK Championships, it has always been held here in Northern Ireland. So now, disappointingly, it's not going to be here, and it's announced that it's going to be happening in Scotland. But I think the news of the day that has really came to a huge shock to a lot of folk here in Northern Ireland is that it's going to be held on the 12th of July. Now, that date may well ring a few bells for a lot of people. The 12th of July here, specifically in Northern Ireland, is a public holiday. It's a cultural day where a lot of people have a lot of other plans that day, and has a lot of huge repercussions for bandsmen and women here in Northern Ireland. So, yes, there's been a lot of commentary online since that news dropped. I have to say, ourselves in the Big Rab Show, we were kind of shocked by the date ourselves. We did not factor that into our plans for our coverage. It is normally, traditionally, the mid-season break, where a lot of bands would normally get an opportunity to reset. I know a lot of bands that take that opportunity mid-season to reset chanters, like, change out reeds, possibly even new bags and stuff, work with their setup mid-season. And a lot of bands even take the break. I know a lot of bands that just do take that 2-week break and do nothing. They relax, and it's good to have that downtime through the middle of the season. That announcement today now tells us that we're not getting that mid-season break, and we're having to power on through. Now, the date itself is controversial, I guess, for a lot of folk, and there's a lot to unpack there. I think it's going to have a huge effect for bands here, particularly in Northern Ireland. But I'm also looking at the commentary online, that this will have a huge effect on bands, not just here in Northern Ireland, but also around the rest of the UK and Ireland. So, huge repercussions for this. So, by way of a full disclosure, this is just a preview. Right now, as I say, I'm redecorating, hence the reason this all looks a bit rubbish. So this will all get fixed, and we'll have a proper professional live stream for you tomorrow. So what I'm asking is, following the commentary and the amount of muck flinging that's going on online, I would urge for calm, if at all possible. It seemed to be a lot of passions are high right now. And I don't know if that's being fed across to a lot of the top brass in the association, if they're aware of it or not in headquarters, but it seems to be that a lot of people are really quite upset by this. So ourselves in Rab Show, we would traditionally be on a bit of a Christmas break right now, and I wouldn't be here talking to you normally at this point. I would be like recording a silly Christmas parody or something at this point for a bit of fun at the holidays. Instead, we're having to discuss this. So I'm wanting to throw an open invitation to everybody out there who seen the announcement today and is aggrieved in any way. If you have any questions, any queries at all, anything that you want to talk about the announcement, about the UK Championships in Edinburgh, then please do get in contact with us. Our email address has never changed. bigrabshow@gmail.com. Let me find the button. There is a button here somewhere. There it is. Yeah. There's the email address. I promise everything will be all singing and dancing for tomorrow's stream. Just not right now. I'm working on a bit of a makeshift setup right now. We'll fix it. Yeah, so please do get in contact with us. Email us your questions, your concerns, all of it. We've invited some people from the band scene locally here in Northern Ireland, and also we've reached out to RSPBA HQ themselves and the board of directors. We've asked them to kind of join in the conversation, and we're hoping to get some kind of a word back. So it's all very much in a state of flux right now. There's Kenneth, I think the date is wrong, but a major is better than nothing. Yeah, I'm hearing that. There's a lot of commentary about this, a lot of feelings, and yeah, I'm sure right now a lot of people will be sitting around the dinner table talking about this with their evening meal, and probably listening to me waffling about it is the last thing you want to hear. But just wanted to put it out there, folks. We're going to have a proper sit-down live stream tomorrow evening, 7:30. If you do want to be a part of the live stream, you can contact us. If you want to be a part of the discussions live on air, you can absolutely contact us. Email, and we'll line it up. We'll get you on screen, and we'll talk to you. Also, you can drop us comments in, of course, on socials, or the best way to get all of your stuff, possibly for us to discuss tomorrow night, is to email us. Again, going to plug it. bigrabshow@gmail.com. Drop us in any comments, queries, concerns, anything, and we'll ask the questions. Whether we'll get answers or not, but at least it'll form discussions, I think, going forward. So I think the gravity of this announcement has a huge implication for a lot of bands folk here in Northern Ireland particularly, but will have implications for other bands around the UK, because this is now traditionally known as the mid-season break, and we're now not getting that. And also, there's been some comments online as well about the calendar being really tightly compressed now, with 5 majors potentially being crammed into a very tight window. So that's concerning in itself too. So anyway, we'll unpack it all on tomorrow night's live stream. So everyone, really hoping that you can join us. So again, set a reminder, 7:30 tomorrow. We have the link and all shared here on our socials, and of course on our YouTube channel as well. You know, you can hit the waiting list there, and so you won't miss whenever the stream goes live. So again, to remind you, our contacts, you can definitely email us, and we'll be putting our show together and hopefully going live tomorrow at 7:30, which will be a lot better looking than this, trust me. Yeah, this is all in a bit of a state of flux right now. So just ignore what's behind me right now. All right, folks, thank you all for watching. I hope to catch you all in the live stream tomorrow, and please do get your commentary in and questions, all of that stuff, and we'll discuss it all tomorrow night at 7:30 in the evening, and let's talk about the UK Championships. Until then, see you all then, folks. All the best.